People who hate weebs make quite a lot of assumptions. Weebs will be 100% deadass saying fanservice is an integral part of anime culture, and leftist extremists removing it will be the death of the industry, and they expect us to take them seriously. Yes, fanservice is an integral part of anime culture, so I agree on that front. Fanservice makes up only a small part of the overall story and characters, but they are a sign of the creators' freedom of expression, their willingness to not only push the boundaries, but to have the absolute freedom of displaying and expressing what they have in mind for the story that they want to tell or show to the world. Whether one likes fanservice or not is a matter of opinion, but to advocate in favor of removing them because you don't find it comfortable that an anime or manga has a teenager on a swimsuit in sexual scenarios is a major threat towards freedom of expression, and shows a significant lack of understanding that fiction is not reality, and anime teenagers are not real teenagers, the same way the bad guys are not real animals. Go watch those movies, by the way, they are awesome. Fanservice is all about the creator's intent. And yes, sometimes the creator's intent is to express to the world that this teen character is sexy and hot. These are fictional characters. These same creators put them through all sorts of horrific atrocities, misery, and even death for your own personal amusement. But I don't advocate to censor anime just because the minors are being put in a lot of danger or being harmed in some way. You are allowed to dislike it, but censoring it is where I draw the line. That being said, I do not agree that leftist extremists removing fanservice will be the death of the industry. Not because I'm defending those leftists, hell no, but because that's only half of the story. I don't know how you describe the political leanings of the Texas government, but I certainly wouldn't describe it as left-wing. As for the expectations of being taken seriously, I think anyone who has browsed social media in general should have very low expectations of that, because otherwise, you're not going to be prepared for a barrage of disappointments. Here I am on the internet being about as charitable to even the most ridiculous takes because sometimes it's fun to engage in ridiculous hypotheticals. Fanservice in anime seems to be something that some people completely lose their minds over. If obscene female sexualization is necessary for your medium to thrive, your medium sucks and shouldn't exist. This is in response to a title for an article that talks about how fanservice is necessary for the medium to thrive, whether you like it or not. I do think they are necessary. They are part of the creator's freedom of expression, and to hamper their ability to create fanservice is to hamper their ability to creatively express themselves. And you are going to that censorious direction when you say that the medium shouldn't exist. Also, I love how you say obscene female sexualization, as if fanservice only happens to female characters, and only men enjoy anime. Should I tell you all again the story of that lady who married the guy from Blue Lock? I'm not mocking her, I totally understand her actually, but you cannot tell me that anime only does this to female characters. Fanservice is not a necessity for the medium to thrive in the slightest. They absolutely are. It shows that the authors are not restricted in their expression in the medium, and that they are not afraid of enticing the fans with something provocative that pushes the boundaries of what is acceptable or not. It also filters out moral guardians and people who can't differentiate between fiction and reality. It also means you know nothing about misogyny and how bad and normalized it is in East Asia. Wow, nice of you to prove my point. I thought we were talking about anime characters, not real-life misogyny happening to real people in the real world. Don't tell me that you're associating the two, because that would be incredibly delusional of you to think that fiction is affecting reality that way.
You're confusing fiction and reality, brother.
This person said that many of the best manga are incredible because the mangaka is horny. I do agree, but I think you should change the word mangaka with creator, as the only work that you mentioned that does start off as a manga is Ghost in the Shell. Technically, the Evangelion manga was released before the anime, but it is still considered an adaptation of the anime, and that manga ended way too late. Seriously, 2013? Regardless, I do agree that fanservice is a sign of passion. Without it, you end up sterilized and dying like Western comics. Sad to say that Western comics aren't as successful as anime and manga these days. Heck, I don't even see them in bookstores here. Manga is just way more popular, and they aren't as afraid of expressing themselves. Teal dear for the above, I only view women as objects to be sexualized because I'm a pathetic misogynist incel who can't fathom quality literature, animation, or cinema without exploiting women. You do know that a teal deer is supposed to shorten, not make it almost as long. And even if it isn't, wow, what a complete misrepresentation of what the guy was saying. Liking fan service do not lead to viewing real women as objects. I don't know where you get that notion from, and I really don't want that to be a projection of your own views of women. Fictional women cannot be exploited. They're not real people. They are quite literally objects. Women in fiction are not the same as women in real life, and for you to confuse the two is way more concerning. Also, I've never seen a good anime before. Wow. You just totally implied that Evangelion, Ghost in the Shell, Macross Delta, and Gurren Lagann are not good anime. Ghost in the Shell is one of the most influential, culturally significant, and a breathtakingly fantastic film that managed to be both a visual spectacle, unparalleled in its atmosphere, all with a cerebral and downright mesmerizing storyline. Go watch that before you make any more stupid comments. I really don't understand the hostility between the fans of the main media today. Comic book fans and anime fans can coexist together. I like both, actually. But this guy just wants a fight. My medium is the backbone of billions of dollars in theatrical revenue. Yes, a comic book fan had the absolute gall to say this. This would have been true if we're still in the 2010s. But unfortunately for you, we're in the 2020s. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle outperformed both Marvel and DC. I'm not even saying that Demon Slayer is good. I did watch the movie because my girlfriend wanted to see it, and like the Demon Slayer series itself, it's fine. It's alright. I don't hate it, and my girlfriend loves it. I actually wanted to watch Superman and Fantastic Four. It took me a while to really love Superman, but I did love it eventually. Fantastic Four First Steps just came out on streaming. It was pretty good, but it's not the kind of good that makes me tell people to actively go out and see it. It's a very standard kind of good. The point is, I'm more interested in comic book movies than shonen, and even I find your statement a flat-out denial of reality. Even if it wasn't, I'd rather be into a dead medium than a medium that is rooted in misogyny. Ah, yes. The comic book fan had the audacity to say that because anime and manga have fan service towards female characters, they are rooted in misogyny. As if your medium has never received any forms of fan service, right? That's nothing. You should see what they did to her boyfriend. It's never rooted in any forms of misogyny, right? Wonder Woman has a pretty interesting history with BDSM and bondage. Look it up. Is that Vicky Vale's ass talking to me? Oh god, don't get me started with that one. Just pause and read. And here's an actual teal deer. Sorry, what's this about comic books not being rooted in misogyny again? Misogyny is an incredibly loaded term that people just throw around casually without understanding what it really means. Fictional women are not real women. They shouldn't be treated as such. And anyone who thinks that their mistreatment is misogyny has never seen actual misogyny. Good lord. All this talk about misogyny, sexism, comic books, and all that, it makes me want to talk about something that everyone can agree is an incredibly dumb take. And it does involve a comic book character. Somewhat. This is a factually incorrect statement. There's never been a movie with a plotline where the billionaire is the good guy. Yeah, I guess you've never heard of Batman.
How did you get the house back from the bank?
I bought the bank.
Oh, and there's also this scene from Batman Begins.
The company went public a week ago, and I bought most of the shares.
And then there's this scene.
It is not a question of money.
You see, I'm buying this hotel.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to skip all the legal paperwork, unless that check is just a really big tip. But here's a more sensible one from The Dark Knight.
So let's put a couple tables together.
I'm not sure that they'll let us.
Oh, they should. I own the place.
In case you all miss it, I'll just make this obvious to you.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
Oh, and speaking of Christopher Nolan movies, there's this one line from Inception when they were planning the mine heist. It's only sort of from a good guy, but he does help.
But you'd have to buy out the entire cabin and the first-class flight attendant.
I bought the airline. It seemed neater.
Man, being rich is a superpower. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.